intent of kind of restoring it and using it around here. At the time, I had an old Kenworth similar to this one. I had a 671 Detroit in. I brought it here, kind of put it on the back burner in the hedgerow. Didn't really get a chance to do much with it. Kind of the nature of some of the projects around here. I was finally able to pull it out this last summer and tear into it. And for all the new people watching who came for this truck, please be patient. I am working on the second video. You know, with all the mistakes I make, it takes a lot of time for me to get these things completed. That's going to be driving soon.
I think that's where it's going to sit for right now, because it's just on this greasy stuff. A couple days later here, I got my buddy to help me try to get this thing unstuck. Why do you have that look on your face? Alright, so this is like a year later, and since I have that Freightliner, I guess I want to try to get this thing rolling again. I'm gonna prove a concept here. If it's reasonable and feasible, I'll continue, but there's a chance it's not. First thing I need to do is get all the rims and tires off and get the brakes freed up. This might be one of the dumber things I've done to date. I got this air jack I've been wanting to try. Capacity is 5,000 pounds, so the trailer's only 3 times the lifting capacity of that thing. Didn't even move it a little bit. Messed up the rim a little bit right here, but I think I can fix that.
What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? There's Mingo.
So after a few brief seconds of careless thought, which is roughly twice as much thought as I put into buying this thing in the first place, I have decided to scrap this whole project. After messing around with the brakes that are still seized up, it needs a whole bunch of parts there, lots and lots. It would need new airlines across through the whole thing, new lights. Frame's got holes several places. Probably 2/3 of the cross members are all rotted out. Yes, it's repairable. No, I do not want to spend my time monkeying around repairing it. So I'm taking this to the scrapyard and this frame. I think this frame will fit on my equipment trailer like upside down. All right, my buddy just called and he's on a job and his roller broke, some welding repair. So I have a generator and a welder that I can go help him out with. Let's load that up and go see what he's gotten into. All right, I'm loaded. Let's head out.
This is a scraper on this roller. It's just broken.
All right, that's nice. I did like 4 passes on that, top and bottom, so that's never gonna break. And I think I'll do a couple of passes on this side because it kind of looks like it was only welded once, pretty cold. That looks nice too. That's a much better weld than it was before. It's really important to always pick up the ends of your welding rods. Don't leave these around, that's just trashy. That repair is done. I think that took me 10 minutes. Took me longer to drive here. Glad to be able to help. All right, so he is working over here in the trench. We just spent a few minutes working on this tamper. It's just an air filter that was plugged, so that's an easy fix. But I'm gonna hang out for a little while and give him a hand, so it should be pretty fun. So I guess this was like an old house foundation that was filled with kind of trash fill, and it was soft. So we're not building like a 4-lane highway here, just fill in this old basement and make it so the parking lot doesn't collapse in the future. hear a weird noise and I look over. This looks life-size. Oh. Oh no! Call the fire department!
They're actually garbage tires too.
Oh no! Max, don't bite it. Kind of curious how this is going to go. I mean, it's on there. I think I messed up my ramp a little bit. Oh yeah, I busted that thing. Oh, gee whiz. I guess I should put some air in the tire. That's a lot more weight. Maybe that's more weight than I thought it was. I thought it was only a couple thousand pounds. I think I'm gonna take this in with a dump truck, and I gotta put a pintle hitch on that. I have this 15-ton pintle that I salvaged off that truck that I just dumped on that trailer. Alright, so that works nice. Let's see if the lights work. So a quick way you can test your brake lights and running lights if you're doing like a pre-trip. So I guess some people do those. You turn your running lights on and your hazards. That will test the brake lights and the running lights. I open up the door and this is what I see. What's happening? Are you stuck? Are you stuck in the steering wheel? That's a funny place to be stuck. Whenever you unhook your trailer, it's a good idea to make sure that these connections are facing down so that you don't get rainwater These things fail so easy, it's not even funny. And then you obviously make sure it's not sitting in the dirt. dropped, I guess, harder than I wish it had. I knew it was going to drop, but I probably should have paid a little more attention to that. I think I broke the jack. That's like the third tongue jack I've been through on this trailer. I need one of those like semi-trailer jacks that won't break the second you put a little weight on it. I guess this thing wants to roll away. Why is it always a fight?
Good boy.
I have 2 chains, 3 binders. That thing is never gonna move. Of the truck frame and the lowboy trailer frame, I think I made like 750 bucks, and I paid $1,000 for the lowboy trailer frame. So you do the math on that. Jeez, I just ran a bump over. It sounded like my trailer fell off. See if my trailer's still back there. I guess my trailer did fall off somewhere. Just kidding. I was gonna try to fix this bucket. But it's really a kind of a dumb size. I'd like something a little bit bigger for the general purpose stuff I do. And I have looked all over Marketplace. They either want brand new bucket prices, so instead of messing with that, I'm gonna build my own. And he was kind enough to give me this piece of cutting edge he had laying around. That's going to be the width of the bucket. I think this is like 21 inches. I think this is going to be a perfect size for me. I have the bucket basically kind of mocked up and just clamped together. I'm gonna tack it into place with the stick welder and make sure everything looks right. I know you guys have been waiting to see this as much as I have. This is a bicycle that they added one of those 2-stroke engines to. They're about to start it. There's a real likelihood that that piston will come loose and join Elon Musk and SpaceX in orbit. What do you guys have to say about this? Huh? What do you think? Have any opinions? Are we taking bets? Are we taking bets? Great bunch of dogs.
What could possibly go wrong?
I could think of several things right off the top of my head. I think the worst thing that could happen here is that it actually works. Well, we tried. Oh, you stop! Screw the chain on. I guess they came here to start it, not stop it.
It's working!
God bless them. My hope here is that between this old crappy bucket and the old bucket that I took off the machine, I can make the ears work for the new bucket. Just trying to get everything lined up. See if it'll pick up the bucket or everything falls apart. I think that's gonna work. I think digging with just the vice grips may not work. The safety police showed up. I really like that. I'm gonna weld it out right there. This is a good test to see if it was built well. If it falls in the ground and breaks in half, then it wasn't built very well. And before the safety police lose their mind, like, use a little common sense. Don't pick 1,000 pounds up and hold it over your buddy's head unless you don't like him that much. How that looks and works. One of the things that you kind of got to pay attention to if you're going to build a bucket, especially the ergonomics and how that top plate is oriented to the rest of the bucket, so when you roll it up, you know, it goes all the way up. I think that's going to be nice. This thing's got to drive around with its own heart monitor on. Basically an electric excavator. That's because they don't make batteries that stay charged. I think that's gonna work. I had the machine picked right up digging, and this doesn't have any teeth either. Once I put teeth on there, it'll dig a lot easier, I guess. I'm pretty happy with it. They finally got this thing running. Alright, a few days later, maybe a week later, I got a package from Scamazon. These are my bucket teeth. With a little bit of math, I have these laid out roughly spaced equally. Couple things: when stick welding with especially 7018, you're going to be chipping slag off. I notice it most on 7018. Never chip that slag especially hot slag, without eye protection. I don't know what it is, but every time you go to chip slag, especially if you're one of those people that like has to do this crap, which you shouldn't. You should just go like this and it'll come off. But that stuff will fly off and it's aimed straight at your eyes. I remember I was working at a place and we were required to wear safety glasses, and I don't know if I didn't have them on. I probably didn't have them on under my welding hood is what it was, and I flipped that hood up because it wasn't an auto darkening, I think, and I chipped slag, and I got a hot piece of slag, and I blinked right before the slag hit my eye, and that hot slag burned my eyelid and you know, left a scar and all that stuff. And man, if I hadn't have blinked, I probably would have been blind in that eye. I had the wrong hammer. See, like, some of them are tight and some are not. You know what I think I'm gonna do? All right, now those pins are welded in. I suppose as long as they don't break off or something stupid, it'll be fine. Let's go try digging with this thing now. Did you guys find a stick? Maybe you guys can go play with the stick. Well, man, I am extremely happy with how that bucket came out. You know, I thought that this was gonna fold in half the second that I use it, and you know, I'm not super easy on my equipment. Let me turn this thing off so I can hear myself think. Much better. I'm not super easy on my equipment, but I think this bucket's gonna hold up really well. The stuff I was digging in is soft right now just because it's rained, but man, I think with these teeth on here, like I already wore the paint off them. There's something super satisfying about like wearing wear parts out. I don't know why, it's just satisfying. So that'll wrap up this video. I've really been needing to get this bucket built for a while. I have a new project in the works that is setting up a standby generator, which will be a primary generator, to power my entire shop, because if you guys remember, I'm completely off grid here. I don't have water or electric or anything like that intentionally. I don't want anything to do with the power companies. I need this bucket to do a bunch of trenching, also dig out the area for the concrete pad. I also need to build a thumb, and I wanted to build that exactly to this bucket. I wanted the teeth on the thumb to interline perfectly with the teeth on the bucket. All right, pups, we gotta go find something else to do.